Hey, this is Josh from Stone Sour, and you're watching Berlin Music TV.
Warm welcome, Josh. Stone Sour is playing tonight, supported by Papa Roach. Warm welcome to Berlin. I'm glad to see that you didn't get stuck in snow. You just headed from down south up to Berlin, right?
Yeah, we did last night. Offenbach is where we were coming from, and yeah, the weather was pretty bad, so we actually left a couple hours early to make sure, we got here without any issues.
Mm-hmm. So, you're here tonight to present the latest album, House of Golden Bones, Part 1. Mm-hmm. And I was wondering, bands keep talking about the feedback of a new release and stuff, and of course, you got the selling numbers, of these old albums, and of course you also got that sort of non-countable feedback. And I was wondering, so what would be the first thing coming to your mind, trying to think about the feedback and the receivement and the reception that you got?
Well, the feedback's been amazing. All the from the critics to the fans of the band, everybody really thinks that this is the best record that Stone Sour's made. Period. So, and we as the band feel that way also. We just felt like it has the rawness of the first record, but then it has the maturity of the other two records, and that was kind of the goal, was us to kind of go to the beginning and have that type of feel. We wanted that live feel, and felt like with the last record that we had honestly was almost overproduced, and it kind of maybe sucked the life out of the record, and this time around it was about recreating the raw live vibe with the record, and as I said, everybody thinks that it's the best record of our career.
So the album came out in October. Currently it's touring, and I heard that it's gonna last until April. You got Australia, currently you got Europe. I heard about that one gig in Japan, that festival. Mm-hmm. And then you also got the festival gigs, which would mean the next part of the current album is gonna be out before you actually finish the tour?
Well, yeah, the tour actually at this point is gonna go on until 2014, the beginning of it. Part 2 of House of Golden Bones will come out first or second week of April. The next single comes out in January, which is off of that record. Like you touched on, we're going to do the U.S., then we do Soundwave in Australia, come back to the U.S., do Japan, then there's a week run for a radio type festivals in the U.S. that happens in the summer. We're going to do that, then come over, or then do the European festivals, and then go back out in the U.S. and the proper headlining tour again in Europe in support of Part 2. Our show, the plan is that the show is going to evolve as the year progresses, and ultimately in 2014, the beginning of the year, we're going to play both albums, or the plan is to play both albums in their entirety over the course of 2 nights in select cities all around the world with one ticket. So you would buy the one ticket, and that ticket would be good for both nights. So, part 1 would be night 1 with an encore, and then part 2 the next night with a different encore and full-on production, probably with video walls and everything.
All right, so next time we're gonna probably see you is at Rock am Ring and Rock im Park next summer, which is a festival show.
Yes, of course.
Are we still gonna witness another show since part 2 has been released by then?
Yeah, well, we'll do Rock am Ring, Rock im Park for sure. Obviously, it's been confirmed, and we're really excited about doing that. That's one of our favorite festivals to play. Then we'll come back in the fall in support of Part 2 as us being the headliner, and pretty much what we're doing now, but it'll be more geared towards Part 2. And then, as I said, then the specialty shows in 2014.
All right, so only some weeks ago you already were here in Berlin. That's why fans kept talking about you guys, to promote the new album. And, since we all know it's a 2-part album, I was wondering what the deal is, Does it work like you put it up once and you got all the songs already in your on your table, and you just do the recording until it can be heard on CD, or are there any changes yet to be expected for the second album?
Well, part two is already recorded. Actually, we just finished mixing it last week. It's going into the mastering right now as we speak this week. You know, we did both of them, recorded both of them together, and at the same time. And a lot of people wonder, oh, why did you split them up and stuff? And we wanted to make it an experience, and also the packaging idea. When part two comes out, the packaging will actually build a house the way that they're fit, you know, they fit together, and we've seen it as more of a short story / movie with a sequel than just. That's why we didn't want to put both of them out together, and it just made sense to us, and there was a bunch of reasons. We found in certain territories it actually was more expensive to do a double disc than to separate them, which is kind of weird, but yeah. And it just, the more and more we started adding stuff up, it just made sense to split them up. But part two is actually already, as I said, it's done, and there won't be any changes to it.
You know, talking about the music or the content, it's like going through the albums. You know that a Stone Sour album always starts up strong, making its way through different settings of songs and stuff, and it always comes to that one calm point where you have those really complex and intensive ballads. Do those play an essential part in, you know, the set list of one album? Do you try to keep some consistency?
Well, we want to make the album and the live experience both to have peaks and valleys, you know. It's just part of what we are as a band. The ballads have always been there. There's always been like a heavier side or hard rock side of the band, but then there's always been the ballads, you know, and that's just from all of us write, and we write completely different from one another. I mean, and because of doing that, that's why I think Stone Sours is diverse as it is, and we can play, you know, get inside and bother, and we can do a 30-30 150 and Through Glass, and then Mission Statement, Hesitate, you know, or Taciturn, and, you know, RU486, and it just works for us. I mean, we're able to tap into these different worlds, and I think it's because, like I said, all of us write, and we write completely different, but then when we bring it in, it's all about trying to make a song the best that it can be. It's not like, well, I'm not playing that song because it's this or that. For us, it's all, that never happens. It's like, how can we make the song the best that it possibly can be? And all of us are open-minded enough to not draw ourselves into that box to where we can't step out and do different stuff. Because like when part two comes out, people are going to be completely shocked, because we go into some new musical directions that we haven't been in our past, you know. I feel like part one's like us at our best at what we have done, you know. There's a little bit of twist here and there, but we got really experimental with part two, and I'm really excited about it, because I think a lot of people are going to be shocked with some of the stuff. Even Corey vocally does some stuff that he's never done.
Alright, so for now, I can't wait to witness part 1 and the band's diversity live on stage. Thanks for sharing some time with us tonight.
Awesome.
And we're happy to see you on stage.
Awesome. Thank you.